Let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to have you guys come to the front of your mats. Feet are going to be slightly forward off the mats. And I just want you to go ahead and grab onto the back of your thighs. Start off by taking a nice deep inhale. And exhale. Good, and again, inhale, expanding the ribs. And exhale, breathing through the mouth. Good, one more time, let's inhale. And exhale. Good, letting the shoulders relax away from the ears. Same breathing pattern, we're gonna add a pelvic tuck. Let's inhale. We're gonna exhale, go ahead and start to curl back through the lower abdominals. Good, through the low back. Lightening the grip on the back of your thighs. We'll inhale once we're back there. And as you exhale and start to curl back up, I want you to try to keep the lower abdominals engaged. Good, as we lengthen up through the low back and reach the top of the head up towards the ceiling. Inhale to prep. Exhale, same thing again. We start to curl back. Good, drawing in through lower abdominals. Maybe coming back just a little bit further. Inhale. And exhale, keep the lower abdominals pulled in. Lengthen up through the low back and sit up nice and tall. Inhale. Exhale, go ahead and start to curl back again. Good, this time we're gonna go ahead and loosen our grip with the back of our thighs, reaching the arms forward, really pulling in the lower abdominals. Inhale and exhale. Sit up nice and tall. Good, each time you come back up, try to get a little bit taller up toward the ceiling. Inhale, exhale, curling back. Good, come back a little bit further. Inhale, exhale, push into those feet, sit up nice and tall, and lengthen the spine back up. Good, last one, we're gonna go ahead and start to roll down all the way. Inhale, exhale, curling down through the lower abdominals, pressing into the feet. Good, inhale, and exhale. And just like how we were thinking about length as we were sitting upright, I want you to think length through the neck, length through the spine, pressing our hands down into the mat. Let's inhale. And exhale, add that pelvic tuck again. So we're drawing the lower abdominals in, lightly starting to engage the glutes, lightly starting to engage the hamstrings. And then inhale, think length through that low back as the tailbone reaches forward, and we create that small space underneath our low back. Inhale, exhale. Lower abdominals pull in. Maybe start to use the glutes a little bit more to get that pelvic tuck. And then inhale, reach back forward. Good, one more time, inhale. Exhale, pelvis tilts back. And let's go ahead and start to articulate the spine up to about the bottom of our ribs. As we start to lift up, our hamstrings start to engage, our glutes start to engage. Good, inhale as you reach the top, reach those fingers on the mat, inhale. And exhale, go ahead and slowly start to lower back down through the spine. Good, and release the hips. And again, inhale, exhale, pull in the lower abdominals, start to draw the glutes back. Good, we're gonna come up a little bit higher. Let's come up to the bottom of our shoulder blades, so not quite back up into that full bridge. Inhale as we reach the top. Good, our knees are in parallel, hip distance apart. We're reaching through our toes, inhale. Exhale, go ahead and slowly start to lower back down. And this time I really want you to think about drawing the abdominals in towards the spine as we reach the spine down through the mat. Good, we go through our ribs, through our low back, and release the hips. This time, coming up into a full bridge, let's inhale, exhale, scoop the abdominals, squeeze the glutes, lift up through the hamstrings. Good, and as you lift the hips up, I want you to really keep reaching those fingers down towards your toes and push into your hands to help lift up through that bridge. Good, as we're in that bridge, our knees are hip distance apart, our neck is nice and long. Let's inhale, exhale, draw the belly button in and start to lower down through the spine. Good, through the shoulder blades, through the ribs, through the low back, and release the hips. Good, and again, let's inhale, exhale, reach the hands down, open the chest, start to tuck the pelvis back, lift the hips up. This time I want you to visualize that you're trying to keep your hips high for as long as you possibly can. Inhale, exhale, I'm pulling my abs in, I'm starting to lower down through the shoulder blades, go through the ribs, Keeping that pelvis elevated. Good. And then once I can't keep it up anymore, I start to articulate through the low back and through the hips. Very good. One more time, just like that. Inhale, exhale, scoop the pelvis, slowly starting to peel up. Good. Lifting the hips up, reaching the fingers. Inhale. Good. Keep those hips high. Exhale, slow. Start to lower back down. Good. Ribs, low back, and release the hips. Very good. All right. So we're going to go ahead, reach our arms up towards the ceiling. I want you to go ahead, open your arms out to a T. As you open your arms out to a T, go ahead, rotate your palms and push down into the ground. Good. From here, I'm going to have you rotate your knees over to the right side. You might have to draw your feet in a little bit, and then turn and look over to the left side. Good. So I'm trying to open up the left side of my low back. I'm trying to open up the right side of my neck. Good. Push into the hands. Knees are going to go over to the left. Turn, look over to the right, and open up the left side of your neck. And switch again. Good. Just kind of flowing through the low back. Opening up both the neck and the low back as feels good to you. Last one. And back to center. Good. Maintaining your arms out in that T. I'm going to have you open your feet again to that bridge position. I'm going to have you lift your right leg up into tabletop. Good. From here, you're going to go ahead, lengthen the right leg up towards the ceiling. Good. Pushing into that left foot. I want you to start to draw small circles with the right leg. As you're drawing small circles with the right leg, I want you to be mindful of keeping the left hip steady and focusing on that right femur just circling inside of the right hip. And then reverse the direction. Good. Keeping the length through that leg, but then at the same time, pushing into the left foot. The left foot's going to want to have a tendency to roll out. We're going to lower the right leg down towards the ground, and then exhale, reach it back up. Good. And as we lower the leg down, I want you to think you're trying to reach the toe out past that mat. Good. And then inhale, lengthen it up towards the ceiling. One more time. Exhale, lower. Inhale, back up. Good. We bend the knee. We bring the right foot down. Same thing with the left leg. Left leg is going to lengthen up towards the ceiling. And we're pushing again into that right foot for stability. Start to draw small circles with the right leg. Good. Think heavy in that right hip, heavy in that right foot. And then reverse the direction. Good. Keep reaching up through the leg. We're going to go ahead and lower the left leg down. Think length through the left leg. And exhale, lift up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift back up. Last two, 1. And 2. Good. From here, let's bend your left leg in the tabletop. Lift your right leg up in the tabletop. And just like how we use the arms with bridge, I want you to use your hands and your shoulders with spine twist as well. So we're reaching our fingers out, our shoulders are down, our knees are in tabletop. We're going to inhale, rotate the knees over to the right. As we rotate the knees over to the right, I'm pushing down into my left arm and into my left shoulder for stability. We're going to exhale, use that left oblique to draw the legs back to center. Good. Knees are going to rotate over to the left. Inhale, push into that right arm, push into the right shoulder. Exhale, draw back to center. Good. Rotating the knees to the right. As I rotate my knees to the right, notice how both knees stay at the same level. Exhale, draw it back to center. Over to the left, push into the right arm. Exhale, back to center. Each time you draw the legs back to center, you're still in a neutral spine. 2 more. Inhale, rotate to the right. Exhale, draw it back to center. And then over to the left. And exhale, draw it back to center. Good. Let's go ahead, reach the arms back up towards the ceiling. Lower your right foot down onto the mat. Lower your left foot down onto the mat. And go ahead and reach your arms down by your side. Coming back into bridges, let's inhale. Exhale, pushing into the mat, tucking through the low back, coming up into a bridge. Good, as we're here, start to really tighten the glutes. Good, pull the abs in. We're going to exhale, lift the right leg up into tabletop. Inhale, bring it back down. See how still you can keep the rest of your body as we alternate between leg to leg. Right leg lifts up. Good, lower back down. Left leg lifts up. And lower back down. Pelvis stays absolutely still as each leg comes up into tabletop. Let's do 3 more. Left leg lifts up. And back down. Right leg lifts up. Keep reaching through those fingertips. And back down. Last one, left leg. Good, back down. Good, lift those hips, reach those fingers, take a deep inhale. And exhale, go ahead and slowly articulate back down through the spine, through the low back, and release the hips. Good, we're gonna reach the right arm back up towards the ceiling, left hand up towards the ceiling. As we're here, going into shoulder shrugs. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reach my hands up towards the ceiling, and I want you to imagine that your shoulder blades are separating away from each other. Good, then I'm gonna imprint my shoulder blades onto the mat as my hands come closer back towards my shoulders. I inhale, reach up. Exhale, imprint the shoulder blades. Nice, inhale, reach up. Exhale, back down for 2 more. 1. Exhale, reach down. Good, like you're trying to draw the shoulder blades down to the mat. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, my shoulder blades are imprinted against the mat. I'm gonna lift the right leg up into tabletop, then I'm gonna lift the left leg up into tabletop. My hands are gonna stay in the center the entire time. We're gonna inhale, rotate the legs over to the right. Exhale, push more into that left shoulder, use that left oblique to come back to center. Legs will rotate over to the left, inhale, push into that right shoulder. Exhale, use the right oblique, come back to center. Over to the right, inhale. Exhale, back to center. Last one to the left, inhale. And exhale, back to center. Good. We're gonna go ahead, rotate the palms, bring the arms down by your side, coming into toe taps. Our legs are in tabletop, hinging from the hip, keeping the angle of the knee the same. We're gonna lower the right foot down. Exhale, draw the leg back up. Same thing with the left leg. Exhale, lift back up. Right leg comes down. Exhale, lift back up. Left leg comes down. Good. For 4 more. Right leg. Good. Left. Good. Right. Keep the spine in neutral. And left. Good. Go ahead. Bring the right foot down. Then the left foot down. Good. Open your feet hip distance apart. We're going to inhale, reach the arms up towards the ceiling, coming back into bridges with our arms reaching up. Let's inhale. Exhale. Scoop the pelvis back. Lifting the hips up 1 vertebrae at a time. Good. Still maintain that length through the neck. Still maintain the length through the spine. Let's inhale. Exhale. Slow. Start to lower down through the shoulder blades, through the ribs, through the low back, and release the hips. 1 more time. Inhale. Exhale. Lower abdominals draw in. Good. Your spine should be pretty mobile by this point of all this bridging. Good. As we lift up through the bridge, oh my gosh, we're going to lift the right leg up into tabletop and bring it back down. Left leg lifts up into tabletop and back down. This is one of those exercises where you do as I say, not watch what I do, because I'm going to say, keep your pelvis really steady. And I realize that my pelvis is probably all over the place right now. Good. Let's do 3 more. Exhale. And back down. Right. And back down. Last one, left. Good. Lift the hips up. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. Pull those abs in. Slowly start to lower back down. And release those hips. Our hands are going to go ahead and come back behind our head. We're going to interlace our fingers. Landmarks again. Our knees are over our hips. Our feet are slightly forward. Try to keep the weight even in both hips and maintain a small space underneath your low back. Good. We're going to go into chest lift. Our elbows are going to be slightly forward. And I really want you to think that your head is hanging back in your hands. Your neck isn't tensing up. Your head is coming up as a result of your abdominals and your arms helping guide the head up. Let's take a deep inhale. We're going to exhale, lift up the head, neck, and shoulders. And as we come up, my pelvis is still staying in neutral and my lower half of my body is staying still. And we inhale, come back down, lengthen the spine, and you lower back down onto the mat. Inhale, exhale, lift up. Think the bottom of the ribs are reaching down towards the top of the hips. And inhale, come back down. Good. Each time as you come up, try to come a little bit higher without changing what your lower body is doing. Inhale, back down. Do 3 more like that, nice and controlled. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, back down. 2, exhale, lift. Inhale, back down. Last one, we're gonna stay up there. Let's exhale, lift up. Good, check in with your hips. Is your weight even between both hips, or is your weight even between both feet? Good, from here, lower half of the body stays still. We're gonna add a rotation. Exhale, rotate the upper half of the body over to the right. Inhale, back to center. Good. Over to the left, exhale. Inhale, back to center. To the right, exhale. Inhale, back to center. To the left, exhale. Inhale, back to center. For 2 more, exhale. To the right. Inhale, back to center. Last one to the left. Inhale, back to center. Keep that length through the neck and slowly start to lower back down. Good. Open your arms just for a second out to that T. Rock the knees back and forth, side to side. We're going to come back into that same chest lift with rotation exercise. Same idea as you want to keep the weight even in both feet. You want to keep the weight even in both hips. And think that the movement is very much about the upper body. Then we'll go ahead and draw the feet back to center. Line your feet up again. We're going to go ahead, interlace the fingers back behind your head. Low back stays in neutral. Ribs stay pulled in. Let's inhale. Exhale, lift up. Good. Inhale. Exhale, turn, rotate towards the right side. Inhale, come back to center. Over to the left side. Inhale, back to center. Imagine that opposite rib is reaching across. As I rotate to the right, my left rib is reaching across. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, over to the left. And back to center. We're going to do that a little bit faster. Do not lose your form. Exhale, rotate to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left. Good. To the right, to the left. Last 2 to the right and to the left. Good. Come back to center, keeping the chest lifted. Reach the arms up towards the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale. Go ahead and slowly start to lower the head down and bring your arms down by your side. Good. Right leg is going to come up into tabletop. Left leg is going to come up into tabletop. Going back into those toe taps. Lower the right leg down. Exhale, drop back up. Left leg is going to lower. Exhale, back up. To the right. Exhale, lift back up. And then to the left. Exhale, back up. Good. We're going to reach the right arm up towards the ceiling. Left arm reaches up. We're going to reach forward, grab onto the back of the thighs, and lift up the head, neck, and shoulders. For this one, I'm okay if you want to go into an imprinted spine. I'm okay if you want to stay in neutral. Neutral is going to be more challenging, but if you're having low back issues, I recommend going into the imprinted spine. From here, we're going to interlace the fingers back behind our head. We're going to inhale, stretch back, just like we did with chest lift on the floor. Exhale, lift back up. Inhale, lower back down. So each time I bring my spine back down, I'm imagining I'm lengthening my neck to the wall behind me. Exhale, lift. Inhale, back down. I'm feeling all those Reese's peanut butter eggs I ate this weekend. And inhale, back down. 4 more. Exhale, lift. Good. Inhale, back down. 2. Inhale, back down. Is your weight even in both hips? Last 2. Exhale, lift. Inhale back down. Last one. Exhale, lift. Good. Lower the right foot down. Lower the left foot down. Lower the head down. Reach the arms back behind you. And we're going to go ahead and lay on our stomachs. Forehead comes down to the mat. Arms reach down by your side. Palms face in towards the hips. Let's inhale. Lift up the spine like you're one straight line and reach those fingertips down. Good. Lower back down. And again, lift up. And lower back down. We're going to go ahead and come forward. Knees are going to come underneath the hips. Hands are going to be directly underneath the shoulders. Coming into cat-cow. Let's go ahead, round the spine. Press down into the hands, lift the chest. And same thing again, curl back. Drawing my abs up towards my spine. Good. And then as I come into that extension, I'm pulling out my hands just like I did with that single leg kick. I'm trying to think, pull my palms down in order to get more extension through my upper back. Last one. And pull down, lift the chest. Good. Let's go ahead and bring your right leg forward. Left leg is going to extend back behind you. You can let the left knee rest behind you if that feels more comfortable. From here, we're going to go ahead, lift the chest slightly. So this is just like lunge on the reformer. And then we're going to extend the right leg and sit back. Good. One more time. Lift the chest, push down into that back foot to get more of an opening through the hip flexor. One more time, extend. Good, and switch. Lift the chest. Extend the left leg. Then into the left leg, lift the chest. Last one, extend the left leg. Good. And go ahead and drop both feet into the center. We're going to go ahead, reach the arms down. And as you're there, just rock ever so slightly with the feet into the balls of the feet, down through the heels.
Get started. Go ahead and lay down. So we're going to go ahead and take your hands behind your head, lace your fingers. I even like to put my thumb down my sides to really cradle my head to make sure I use my ribs pulling me up. Inhale. Exhale, curl up. Your elbows should be in your peripheral. So not back here, not up here, but just peripheral, like they can say hi and you can see them. And then we go back down. Inhale. Exhale, feel your sternum drop like a teeter-totter, and then your ribs pull up and lower. Nice and slow and controlled. Inhale. Exhale, your gaze, your chin, and your sternum can drop down so you're looking through the legs. And lower. We're going to add on to this. Inhale. Exhale, curl up. From here, you reach into hundreds position and just reach a teeny bit further, like there's a button you need to tap just a teeny bit further. Stay there. Hands behind, lower down. Inhale. Exhale up. Reach into that position. Reach a teeny bit further. I mean, real small. Tap the button. Hands behind, lower down. Inhale. Exhale. Pull the ribs to the hips and the hips to the pubic bone. And then reach, tap that button. Hands behind, lower down. One more. Inhale. Exhale up. Reach, tap the button. Hands behind and lower. From here, bringing one leg to tabletop and then the other leg. We're going to put our hands behind our thighs, lift up the head, neck, and shoulders, finding that same connection you just had. From here, hands go behind the head, but you certainly can do a different arm if you would like. Hands behind the head, add a little extra weight, and we go into our single leg stretch. And switch, and switch, and switch. We'll inhale, and exhale. And inhale, 2, exhale, 2. Pelvis is still, so if my tempo is making you move too much, go slower. Inhale and exhale, 2, and inhale, 2, exhale, 2. Both knees in, we reach legs out, double leg stretch, out, inhale, exhale. Remember, the coming in is not a rest. We're not resting here, we're deepening. Deepen, inhale. This is a place where it's okay to pull past tabletop. And pull. 2 more. 1 more. From here, lengthen both legs, grab onto the right, behind the thigh, calf, I forgot the word for it, or ankle, and we pulse. Exhale, exhale. Again, the pelvis is still as you can make it. Keep the ribs pulling up. If this ever gets to be too much for the neck, you can do it here. It's almost harder there. Almost there, 2 more. Good, bring it down, take a little break. Always feel free to take the neck side to side. From here, moving on, and we're gonna take the legs up, pointed toes. Continuing our series of 5 on the mat, hands behind your thighs, lift up, remembering it's ribs to hips, hips to pubic bones, pulling in. Hands go behind the head. Holding this position, we go down just a little with pointed toes, then we flex. Pointed toes down. This is our double straight leg stretch, AKA leg lowers. Down. This one is, I believe, the hardest one because there's so little happening, because you're holding everything together. And you have to really breathe. Inhale. Exhale to come up. Inhale. Exhale to come up. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale to come up. We bend the knees. We go into our crisscrosses, twisting to the side, twisting. Try to keep the pelvis still. The elbow is trying to reach outside the knee, but that's because your ribs are pulling. Now, next one, I'm going to start a combination. We go twist, reach, hand behind, then switch, reach, hand behind, switch, reach, hand behind, twist, reach, hand behind. 4 more. Hand behind, twist, reach, hand behind, twist, reach, hand behind, twist, reach, hand behind, bring it down. Go ahead and take a little bit of a stretch. You can do knees side to side. You can open and close or just move them. From here, setting up for our old friend, our old and new friend, bring your legs into your tabletop, hands behind the thighs, curl yourself up, reach into your 100 position. Remember the reaching, the pulling from your shoulder, from the back, pushing down. Now find the leg you would like to use for hundreds, here, 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 wherever you can maintain that spine. Ready, and in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out. In, out, in, out, in, out. You can always change the legs. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, out. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out. 2 more. Out. 1 more. Out. Hold and bring it down.
There we go. So coming to kneeling, and again, you can double up on that mat if you need to. We're going to move into just a little bit of some chest opener. So think of chest expansion in our reformer work, kind of that same feeling. So from here, reaching your fingertips forward, we're going to open up the front of our hips. So feel the top of your shoe laces down into the mat, the top of your shins down into the mat. Inhale to grow tall. As you tip back, open up through your heart, and then exhale to lift back up. Inhale to grow tall. Tip back, and exhale to lift back up. Last 3. Inhale, and exhale, lift up. Last 2. Inhale, and exhale to lift up. Last 1. Inhale to tip back, hold. Lift the arms up towards the ceiling. Turn open. Inhale, and switch. And exhale, switch. And exhale, switch. And last 1. And exhale, switch. Inhale, and exhale, switch. Back up, all the way back up. Take a little breather if you want to, kind of round forward. If your low back started to hurt on that, really focus on lifting in and up, the front of your abdominals pulling towards your center line. Also, it's not very far back, right? It's just enough to stretch the front of your body and pull the pelvis towards you. So from here, we're gonna move into one more little stretch, reaching both arms forward. Lift them up towards the ceiling and start to tip back. With your right hand, reach back towards that right foot. Grab onto it and stretch away, away, away. You're gonna fold down. Reach towards that right knee. Then lift up. Big stretch. Fold down. And then lift up. And last one. Fold down. Lift your chin. Lift your heart. Open up the space underneath your neck. And then soften. And come all the way back up. From here, we flip. Inhale to tip back. Lift up. Circle that hand back and stretch. Open up your heart and then fold. Inhale. Open up your heart and then fold. Working on your quads. Squeeze your glutes. Push your shins down. Last 2. And lift. And last one. And lift. All the way back up. Nice and easy. We'll move through one more, just a little chest stretch. You can sit however feels comfortable for you, whatever feels good. Take your hands, clasp them behind you, and feel a little bit like you're dropping them back and down. Maybe they can touch the mat. Tip your head over towards the right. Circle down and around, over towards the left. Let the opposite shoulder feel heavy. So you're dropping it away from the top of your head. Away from the top of your head. And last one, nice big circles. Lifting heart up towards the ceiling. Dropping the shoulders away from your ears. Carefully come back through center. Both hands, release with care. Good work. That's class. As always, if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know.